YB stays on your neck.
It's on my neck.
So you ready for the fight? Come on. And I'm excited. Makes two of us. How are you? Do you know what? It's international. It's good. Take care, yeah? So you ready for the fight? Come on. And I'm excited. Makes two of us. How are you? Do you know what? It's international. It's good. Take care, yeah?
Yo, my dons, make sure you hit that like button, comment, subscribe, and obviously hit the bell for notifications. So we just saw there, the landlord is in the final destination. That's what we do know. AJ's landed in the UAE. Is it UAE? Where is it? Dubai, Saudi? I don't know, they're all the damn same to me, man. Saudi Arabia, I think it is, yeah. He's landed there now, ready to shut the thing down. My man's mentally on point. That's what a lot of people have overlooked, you know. People are sitting there saying, oh, weightlifter, oh, chinless. What I do know is, he's talking ruthless and I like it. The YB's getting turned on by it, yeah? People can sit there and, all this kind of goofy ass behaviour. All you man need to know is, yeah, bow down. Simple as that. You man best get on your knees and bless. That's what you need to be doing. Got all these goofy people saying, well, where's the humbleness? The humbleness is where it needs to be. Humbleness is well and good. What we do know is, no humbleness is needed on December 7th. After the fight, you can be as humble as you like, and AJ appreciates that now, and I'm glad he's taken. Sometimes this is what happens, and I said myself after the fight, sometimes when you're on the up and up, and it just almost felt like he couldn't lose in that sense. Sometimes you need that loss to wake you up, to realise, to clear out all them fake dudes, but also clear out that mentality. I've heard another interview from AJ, and he talks about how before the Ruiz fight, there was it was all glitz and glam. It was all cameras, flashing lights, and everyone gassed and all this kind of business. And AJ said that, I'm done with that. I'm done with that goofy ass stuff now. Now it's pure business, straight to the point. No goofy lights, no goofy ass people. Straight to the point about business. Because in that New York one, it was all, oh, AJ's coming to New York, and it's almost like a movie. People forget that this is a ruthless game, the most ruthless game. There's no moviness about it. There's no Hollywood about it. And obviously, it's been ever since boxing started, well, maybe not in the early days, but in the last 30, 40, 50 years, 60 years, it's been all about the US. So what I'm trying to say is, it's good to see AJ get rid of that glitzy mindset, not mindset, but that whole process, just trying to be, not he was trying to be that way, but that's how it gets you. And he's told his production team, and told the people around him, all that flashy business, keep that where it is. We've got business to do. Worry about all that other stuff afterwards. And rightly so. Pure focus. And meanwhile, I put a video out earlier, or in the last few days, and Ruiz is feeling the pressure. That's what he is doing. He's feeling the pressure. People forget this. People do forget. He went in there, Mr. Happy-Go-Lucky last time, Mr. Bubbly. Yeah? He went in there, fat girl bubbly. Bubbly as you like. Oh, I'm going to give him my bit. Can it hold the bells? He went in there bubbly. He didn't really appreciate the gravity of the situation. But one thing we do know is, Andy Ruiz knows how it felt to be ghostbusted. Look at Luis Ortiz this weekend. He got ghostbusted as well. Luis Ortiz and Ruiz have one thing in common. They both know what it's like to be ghostbusted. Look at their faces. It's one for one. Both of them, man, look like they've seen a ghost. So that's another thing as well. By the way, Ruiz has a chin 20 times better than Ortiz. Let's get something straight. People say, Wilder hits harder. Wilder hits OAPs harder. It's like, you want a medal for knocking out someone's granddad? Are you serious? AJ hits people with that same level of power. The difference is, Ruiz is in shape. Ruiz is young, at the prime of his career, and AJ's knocking them people down on the floor. Not far off being sparkled. And you've got to remember, this is what people forget as well, once again. Look at how AJ treated Ruiz on his absolute worst night. Mentally, he wasn't there. Concussed. cloned. Weren't really half there. Every single thing went wrong that night, and still Andy Ruiz ended up on his backside, half knocked out. Let's be real now. Do you understand that? And I've said this for the longest time. It's only gonna take an average AJ. It really is. Because on a serious note, yeah, I talk about this a lot, but in terms of FIFA scores, so out of between 0 and 100, what would you rate AJ was on June 1st? I reckon he was probably, literally, no word of a lie, out of 100, I'd say, and if 50's average, I'd say AJ was probably 5 out of 100. Seriously, I'm not saying that to be banterful or to exaggerate. I can't honestly see how it got worse than that. The whole lot of it, from start to finish, especially when you factor in the concussion and whatnot. Yeah? What do you think going to happen if we get a 50 out of 100 AJ? And most importantly, what do you think is going to happen when we get a 95 out of 100 AJ? What do you think happened there? It's not looking good for Ruiz. Ruiz is sitting there talking about, I just want to get this out of the way. He's feeling the gravity of the situation. Yeah? I'll give him his credit. Yeah, he won the first fight, no doubt. No one can take that away from him. But what we do know is, this one's a different one. There's no confusion now. The first time, you caught AJ lacking. Yeah? He thought he was too busy thinking about Wilder, too busy about New York debut, too busy about Drake curse, all these goofy stuff, all this goofiness going on beforehand. Now, though, there is no. Andy Ruiz pulled off a sneaker last time, smiling and sneaking around the place and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, you got that one, but he realizes now you can't pull that kind of move twice. It almost reminds me of, Fury. When Fury fights people, he plays them kind of. Yeah, Fury and Ruiz have something in common in as much as Ruiz and Fury, they get that one off, like when he beat Klitschko. Fury beat Klitschko and then bottled the rematch because he knew he can't do it again. Fury versus Wilder. He got that weird style where he pulls it off. He pulls the wool over people's eyes, catches them slipping, but then don't want part of the rematch. Ruiz is feeling it. The evidence is there. He don't really want to be here. He's not really enjoying it because he's got everything to lose now. I saw him in the Rolls Royce garage buying another car. He's doing conspicuous consumption. He's trying to find happiness somewhere because what he does know is there ain't no happiness in Saudi Arabia waiting for him. There's only ruthlessness in Saudi Arabia. He's seen the sound bites. He's heard the sound bites. He was hoping he was getting one of them ones. Yeah, the belt's going. That's what he was hoping for. He was hoping he was going to get one of them goofy ones. No goofy about it. Straight ruthlessness. Yeah, and I'm glad actually because AJ's got. Some people were talking about AJ needs to go out there and. In terms of getting Saudi Arabia, what is it, 2 weeks now? So AJ's arrived there 2 weeks out. That there's good. No week. Remember, who is it? I think Darren Till fought the other week and he got to New York 2 days before. Now that's no good. 2 weeks is a nice amount of time. I probably would have gone out 3 or 4 weeks, but whatever. 2 weeks is definitely not. 1 week ain't enough. 2 weeks though, and actually, to be fair, there isn't much of a time difference. I think it's only 2 hours, so 4 weeks is probably too much anyway. But 2 weeks will be nice. Get nice and comfortable. No more sparring. I assume they ain't doing no more sparring, and rightly so. Sparring needs to stop now. Well, you can do a bit of flow stuff. If I was AJ actually, if I was training AJ, I'd probably bring in some bodies. Probably bring Tom Little in and get some stiffs in there and just do heavy bag work with real people. Does that make sense? Tell Tom Little, you can only, or maybe some body sparring just to keep sharp. Body sparring for AJ, but full work. Does that make sense? So AJ can hit body and head, but Tom Little can only go to the body. Them one's there. So AJ's offense is nice and sharp, and his body defense is nice and tight. That's what I'd probably be doing now, and up until the fight. You don't want to be taking no headshots. It's not worth it in the last 2 weeks. You ain't going to gain nothing out of it. However, you need to make sure that your reflexes, you don't want to end up like Ortiz, where you're smiling and get clocked with a right hand because your reflexes are shot. Anyway, I'm glad to see AJ in Saudi Arabia. I'm glad to see a changed up mindset. I'm feeling too gassed, honestly. For that Wilder fight, I've got to be honest, Logan Paul versus KSI was more exciting than old T's versus Wilder. However, AJ versus Ruiz is going to be the one. I'm thinking of live streaming it, but hang tight for that one. Anyway, your boys in SA landed, ready to shut the thing down. Everyone, make sure I told you before, make sure you put your seatbelt on. Be strapped in. It's about to kick off. And finally, I gotta say a big shout out to my dogs, Pat O.B. and Donald Don Richardson, for coming through in the Patreon. Anyone who wants to support your boy the YB, come through patreon.com/the YB and support your dog, you dunno.